Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning! Whoa! And welcome to another episode of Hard Factor presented by the Barstool News Network. It is episode number 583. It is Tuesday, December 15th, 2020. And we got a full house. I'm Will. We got Pat, Mark, and Wes. And boys, it's official. Joe Biden won the Electoral college vote. So not sure why people thought it wasn't going to happen that way necessarily, but it did, as expected. And also Bill Barr, AG Bill Barr, he's just going on vacation, not coming back. So that's all the
I think he got
news.
fired.
What
He
happened?
resigned.
What happened there? Yeah.
He's like, I'm going on vacation. And Trump was like, he's been a great attorney general. And
Well,
then,
I think if he hadn't gone on vacation, they would have been sent on vacation. You know what I mean?
Give him the
So-
option.
Some people do this when they're like either, retiring or leaving. Not us. Not even when Barstool asks us to leave. We're not even leaving a day early. We're going
Not
all the
getting
way,
rid of
all
us,
the way
no.
all the way to the December 31st. But some people take like their last 2 weeks vacation, just kind of use it as early retirement, early firing. I think that's what Bill Barr did.
I wish we would have taken like 1 week. Like maybe 2 weeks would have been nice.
Yeah, Wes is regretting us not
We're
taking any
contractors.
time off. Yeah.
I was licking my lips a little bit, and then it was like, hey, can we come back?
now,
No,
Wes,
no days off. No days off. Wes.
Absolutely no days off. We're going to be with you all holiday immediately after the whole thing. We're not stopping. Also, no surprise there on the Bill Barr and the Electoral college stuff, I don't think. Also, no updates. Here's another not surprising thing. No updates on the stimulus bill. They didn't actually release the details because Congress isn't real. It's not a real thing.
I was about
Just
to
a
do
fake
a
thing.
full story on that yesterday, so I'm glad I didn't. It was
Yeah,
like
good
a
thing you didn't, 'cause they-
hypothetical. This is what's going to be in the package.
Hypothetically, really, they just didn't say anything.
Nothing.
Now they're like, oh, the price tag changes, maybe. But one cool thing that's political, we don't really have many political stories that we're covering, so we're covering it at the top. Julian Assange may be getting pardoned, maybe Edward Snowden. Pardons? I'm ready for the pardons, so I want to see who gets
everyone can get behind a good pardoning, right? It's a happy occasion.
For guys
right?
that are unjustly jailed, yeah, like
Right.
heroes like Snowden and Assange, yeah.
Well, I just want to see who gets pardoned. I'm hoping for Lil Wayne too, maybe. Just
Is Wheezy
got
still
some-
in jail?
he's got some weapons charges. That are stacked up against him
that are
unfairly,
pending.
of course, and I think that he deserves a
You
look.
got to carry a gun when you're worth $100 million
That's
What
what they
Guilty
say.
thinks so,
That's what they say.
and
because
a
you
little-
carry it with you in cash.
Oh, like you can buy your way out of any situation.
No, I'm saying you got the $100 million on you in cash. You need to. No, I'm saying it's fucking stupid for rich guys to get bested on weapons charges. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
It's
okay.
stupid.
Well,
It is.
It's like getting a DUI when you're so rich that you have a driver, but you drove. Similar.
Mhm.
we're
Let the
talking
driver
about the
drive.
Birdman's son here. Okay, so he needs a little protection. Okay, moving right along, a little inside baseball, checking out how the sausage is made. Shout out to Matt Brown at Spotify for getting us set up with the transfer. We're going to be we figured out our platform, what we're transferring the podcast to from Mikey Podcasts at Barstool. He's going to help us transfer over to the new platform Anchor, which is part of Spotify. With their help and some of our existing sponsors coming with us, and we're moving to a new sales team in Texas. We're going to get the show flowing for good. No breaks for Wes, unfortunately.
So
Just going to be going
No
straight
breaks
through
for Wes.
the holidays and the new year.
if I were if I were a listener at home, I'd be saying, wait a minute. Is the show only going to be available on Spotify, Will? That's what I would be saying.
Oh no!
Oh,
everywhere.
no, not an
Everywhere.
exclusive deal. We're going to be available wherever podcasts are free still. Spotify being a good option, but also iTunes, Google Podcasts,
But
wherever
the
you get it.
important thing is we have ad reads day 1, which is awesome.
Correct. So we had to get our sales lined up, and we've got a combination of folks who are helping us out. And it's all going to be basically Texas-based, just like Tesla and some of the other companies Mark's going to talk about in a little bit. We're Texas-based now. Texas, Lone Star Podcast. We may be
Except
all
for
over
you,
the
Will.
country.
He's in Reno.
Well, you're going to be in New Jersey, my friend, but the business will still be based in the great state of Texas. So,
Get
That's
your
right.
boots.
Yeah. Lone Star. So, yeah, anyways, we're Texas too now.
So congratulations to you, really, because your bullishness as Hard Hive people got a sponsor to join and salespeople to want to work with us. So
That's right.
Yeah.
100%.
Thank you.
The listener responsible for all of this. So Yeah, but that's great because we need to keep it going. We know that nobody wants the news to stop. The news isn't going to stop. So
my wife likes nice things.
We just got to keep going.
She's got a couple expected fathers. So good job, you guys. Looks like everyone's going to eat in 2021. So.
Yeah, let's make sure that our babies are clothed. So we'll keep that going.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, only when you need it to be, right?
Yeah, when it goes out in public,
right?
In the home.
Inside, is it going to be a totally nude home?
It's in its when it's in its terrarium. It's going to be nude.
Well, I think Will was saying like everyone in the house.
I'm
totally
saying, is it
nude.
going to be a nudist?
A
Are
nude
you
home.
going to do
No,
like a
I wear
commune
clothes
type
around the house,
deal?
No, I wear clothes around the house, so to escape.
Okay.
But I'm saying the baby's natural habitat. He or she's going to be nude there when they're in that.
You should make the baby ask for clothes. When it can ask for clothes, it gets clothes.
That's when it gets it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see how Pat because he's got a captive audience with the baby so I want to see if he can grow that, commune style.
We should get.
Will you have the kid
turn the nest
recruiting
around
members?
the camera? Can we get a 24/7 of Pat parenting?
Yeah.
Camera.
Yeah, I'll get you a stream.
Yeah.
You
Thank
want
you.
a stream? I'll get you a stream.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get in the news.
Is the quickest route for Pat to become a commune leader going to be like creating the new Boy Scouts?
You make your own. That's what I say.
That's
Guys,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
yesterday a nurse at Queen's Hospital named Sandra Lindsay, S-A-Y, was the first person in the Estados Unidos to get a COVID vaccine outside of the trials, of course. So fuck a yes for that. Sandra, who identifies as a black woman, but before you go saying she's black, you need to know that she's from Jamaica. So take that for what it is. Anyway, whether Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris and Sandra meet your criteria for a black American or not, you have to admit this is pretty fucking cool. Actually, now that I think about it, those same people that are the ones who are afraid to take this government mind control serum are the same people that, okay. It's pretty cool.
Huh?
It's pretty
What?
cool.
What
I'm
was that?
saying is
that whole thing was weird.
What was
a
the
lot of
last
people
minute?
a lot of people were saying that Kamala Harris isn't black because she's from Jamaica,
Uh-huh.
and I thought that was bullshit. And this
She's
lady's
half
black and from Jamaica.
She's half black. and
It's
half
a whole
Indian.
thing. It's a
But
whole
what is
thing.
the- Are you saying? I don't
Let's
understand
just
what you're
move on. The vaccine was the Pfizer BioNTech, which was authorized by the FDA last week. And Sandra Lindsay was quoted as saying, "Ow," after receiving the injection.
saying.
Yeah. Followed by, quote,
Yeah.
"I feel hopeful today." That's what she actually said.
I believe Jamaica was settled by Africans. Is that correct?
Hey,
I
take it up
I
with the
don't get-
conspiracy theorists. I don't know.
I don't get what you're doing there, but I liked the aljo.
happening?
You don't remember when people were like, "She's not black, she's from Jamaica." You don't remember that whole thing?
But then you were saying something about people not wanting to take the vaccine. I didn't
Well,
get
the
that.
same people that questioned Kamala Harris's blackness are the same people that are going to be afraid of the government mind control vaccine.
Well, I feel like the
Ah.
afraidness of the vaccine seems to be spanning all parties. What I've noticed, at least.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people were saying that or a lot of theorists were saying that the general fear of the vaccine was related to Trump being in office and people feeling like the Trump administration was going to rush it out to win the election or something. So we got to see where the vaccine fear lies after that.
I'm very interested to see some stats, some data, and some internet commentary in early 2021 on people once the vaccine is available to them. I want to see how it's going to go down.
Right, and we're going to get into that, guys. Albert Bourla, Pfizer CEO, said by year end they will have manufactured 50 million doses, half of which will go to the U.S., with the remaining doses going out globally. To which I say, "Where's your patriotism, Albert? What's that about?"
Yeah,
Sending half.
we should have kept at least 75% of those vaccines, right?
I'm pretty sure they've probably sold a little bit to other
That's true.
governments.
Like we can't buy them. Just saying. I thought Pfizer was an American company. What are they doing?
Hey, we'll sell
Yeah, I
guns.
mean-
We'll sell guns to anyone. We'll sell vaccines to anyone. You know what I mean?
Right. I think that's the beauty of America, right? Is that we allow our companies to sell to other countries.
I don't know about that.
We
went
save
over
the
this whole
We got to
map.
save the world, Pat. And if we don't save the world economy will collapse, right? So I'd say bump it to 60%.
Maybe the government should just take over Pfizer, though, and then they would just be the USA vaccine company, and it would all go to the USA.
I love that. I like that idea.
There we go.
That's progressive. Guys,
right.
vaccinations also occurred in North Carolina, Rhode Island, Florida, Ohio, and other states. A total of 145 sites will receive vaccines. Received vaccines yesterday. 125 on Tuesday and 66 on Wednesday. It's looking like in this order, ancient olds in nursing homes and frontliners will get it first, followed by AARP olds, super fatties, and wheezies. And then that's going to be followed up by the insulin junkies. Then will come the regular fatties and the general boomers. So that's pretty much the order in which you're going to get them.
And what month are we done with that? When the all boomers are there?
I'm guessing probably June is my guess. We'll see.
Well, why would that be? So how many and
No,
what
that's-
Modernas?
That's
Big
consistent.
Albert.
No, that's
sending
consistent. That's consistent with what they've been saying is May to June at a happy path for the healthy youngs.
yeah, for everybody, right?
For everyone, yeah.
And to put that in perspective, so 50 million doses, half of which will go to the U.S. That's 25 million doses, which means only that's 12.5 million people because it's 2 doses per vax to effectively eradicate or inoculate from the virus. So, you got to divide in half, guys.
You've been sharp on that math this week. Good point.
Big math guy over here, guys. Current numbers are 16.5 million cases in the Estados Unidos, 300,000 dead. Let's take it to the internet. Donald J. Trump says, "First vaccine administered. Congratulations, USA. Congratulations, world." Pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good. Except for you, China. I don't know if he hit the character limit there or what, but he should have said that. Except for you, China. Not congratulations.
Congratulations, world, except for you, China. I love it.
When does Jamaica get it?
Well, we don't know. Well, this woman from Jamaica, she's technically American. Well, I don't want to get into it. Jamaica's going to get it. Jamaica's going to get it.
Who else has got the vaccine? Is it just Pfizer so far?
Pfizer's the one that went out.
I know Russia has Sputnik V or whatever, but
well, I heard Pfizer was distributing it in the UK a couple weeks ago. So that 50 million doses, I wonder. I guess that whatever was apportioned to the UK has already.
The UK did get.
They already started distributing it.
Yeah, and apparently it's going well over there. So that's really pretty cool. But guys, for it to work, we all got to take it. If only half the population takes it, it don't work.
So far, 0 tails and 0 horns. Well, I think if it's 95% accurate,
it works for you if you take it. So why don't you just take that information and then make your doctor's appointment?
I'm going to assume at least the 50 to 60% of people that needed to take it took it. I'm just going to take mine and live footloose and fancy.
You can just not worry about the rest of it and know that it works for you. If you,
I'm going to put this all in my hindsight mirror.
Well, there are certain people that can't take it, people that are allergic to it. So those are the people that are really at risk if not everyone takes it, just to be clear.
Can I wear Can I stop wearing my mask once I take it?
They're not recommending that you do that. They're recommending that you continue to wear your mask afterwards.
I'm absolutely ripping the mask off. Second
test
from the vaccine. No, immediately. Your first vaccine, I'm feeling pretty safe.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I kind of want to be.
You're gonna get the vaccine, and then you're not, and then you're gonna go around.
I'm gonna start shaking hands and hugging, kissing babies.
Yeah, of course. You're going back to regular life.
Completely.
That's the whole point of getting the vaccine.
Yeah.
Why would you? Well, I don't understand that part. They're gonna give you a wristband that says, "Hey, you're vaccinated."
June 2021. I'm kissing everyone in the streets. All right, what's the scariest thing? Oh, go ahead, Pat. You got it.
Well, last thing. There's no plan, by the way, to identify who's been vaxxed or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a vaccinated wristband.
It's gonna be a fucking mess, guys. It's gonna be
check it out.
Goddamn mess for the next 6 months. But thank God the vax is on the way.
Yeah. Here we go.
It's arrived.
It's here. What's the scariest thing you guys have ever found inside your house, animal or creature wise?
A bird.
A bird? Okay. It's not that scary. Anything else? Was it like a hawk?
You ever had a bird in your house? You ever had a bird in a small room?
Yes. Possums. Birds are annoying. Possums are gross.
Wes, you got any scary ones?
Nah, just like a mouse or something.
Yeah, I've talked about mine on this show. I think a few years ago, I found there was a giant spider in my couch, and that scared me stiff. Like I couldn't move.
A scorpion. I found a scorpion in my house.
There you go. A scorpion's scary.
Wow, that's freaky.
Yeah.
Also, my wife got freaked out one night over a year ago when we were doing the podcast in Hard Factor Studio #1, Wes's garage, and I got a call right when we were about to start to come home immediately because there was a snake in our bathroom. And Wes tossed me the 8-iron, and Pat hopped in the car with me, and we went over to go kill that thing, which turned out to be just a tiny little baby snake. And she sees a bigger snake in the bedroom, so I'm not so sure what the fuss was about. You know what I mean?
You're saying your dick's bigger than that tiny snake?
That was a tiny little snake. Well, look, in Thailand. Yeah, similar girth.
I wonder what Mark's dick looks like. I want to.
Come on over, Wes. I think we're at that level of friendship. You can get a glance.
Yeah.
Just let me see it.
You can get a quick glance. Well, in Thailand, someone had to deal with this. If you can show the video, Bubba, and it's pretty scary. Charles sent us this story about how 35-year-old Nope Powen found an 8-foot python hanging from the bathroom ceiling of the restaurant he worked in. And he probably yelled his name while running out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's why they call him Nope.
Convenient.
Lord.
Nope. So that's terrifying, right? It's hard to tell from that image, but the large python hulked through the ceiling with its face because it was so strong that it created a snake hole in the ceiling, and it just used that as a vent to get in and out of. Because when Powen returned to the bathroom with weapons and a new pair of pants, the snake was gone and has not
He
returned.
did the exact move you guys did. Well, except it was a phone call instead of a. He found it himself and then went back with the weapons. He didn't
Exactly.
field the phone call, then head for the snake.
Correct. And when I got back home, I saw the little snake and it went back through its hole and we never saw it again. So it's the same thing, except this was a 7-inch snake versus a 9-foot python. So
Part of me is like when you see the snake, you don't want to be too close to it, but you don't want to let it out of your sight because as scary as it is to see it there, it's way scarier to not know where it is.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with
it's
that?
way
python?
scarier to not know where it is. Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
way it's way scarier to not know.
It's in the ceiling. How would you have taken it out?
Well, here's what he had to do.
I would have shot it with my gun if it was.
Nah, that's the move. But
Nope.
then it's indoors because you'd shoot through the walls and stuff.
Nope is a bit of a coward and not a very skilled man, and he said, "I need the local snake catchers to come and find it, but nobody has been yet. I'm scared the snake could come back and attack on account of it being a snake and all." So
I mean, what is he going to do? Like again, Nope isn't going to do anything when this snake comes through the ceiling.
he's
So
just
I'm
not
sure.
he's not going to use the restroom at his shop.
Right.
anymore.
He's just going to go. He's going to poop somewhere else now.
Oh, it was
Send
in the
duct
can.
tape on that hole.
Not the
in-
kitchen.
It was in the. Did I say the kitchen? It was the bathroom.
Oh,
Restroom.
okay.
Yeah.
I might have misheard. Wow.
Yeah.
He was
So
shitting.
terrifying.
Snake comes through the
ceiling of the bathroom, which is
Yeah.
terrifying.
He's playing Angry Birds and he looks up. And that's
It's not great.
drop your phone in the toilet situation.
Southeast Asia has a history of python attacks, so it may be a good call here on Nope wanting to get the experts. In 2018, a 23-foot reticulated python reportedly squeezed a woman to death in Indonesia, then swallowed her whole and dissolved her body slowly over the course of several months in what has to be a top 10 worst way to die, slowly turning into snake poop and shedded snake skin.
Ooh.
That's turning into part of the snake.
How
That
long do you
happens a
live
lot.
inside a python body?
A long time, I think. Well, I think it squeezed her to death, luckily, but I think you'd be in there for a couple weeks. Just
Your
slowly
soul's
dying.
definitely trapped in there.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's like an urban legend or whatever, but they say that like places where these snakes exist, when there's like, high populations, people get drunk and they pass out and they get eaten by these things because they just
Yeah, I
get-
think a lot of them are urban legends. That's why they
Yeah.
singled out this one with the lady. And then this September, guys, just a few months ago, a Thai teen was bit in the penis by a python. If you want to put that picture up, while he was on the can, so he went
is
to
that
go
his
pee.
blood?
Oh,
That's his
fuck,
penis
lots of
blood. That's his
from
penis blood.
coming out of his dick there.
We
with
actually
the
covered that
snake
one
bite.
on the show. Snakes in the toilet or bathroom in general, instant fear situations.
I think he shit himself a little bit too.
Thanks for that story,
I'd be
Charles.
mad too if I was living in the toilet,
Yeah, it's the first thing it saw.
Yeah.
It bit.
Yeah, that's tough. That makes me really like. Now I'm worried about the bathroom. Now.
Yep.
That's
That's the whole point. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move on. So I think about something else, and it's something pretty good. It's from the Midwest, fellas. It's a fine. We're talking Midwestern delicacies, fare, Midwestern food. But before we take it to Wisconsin, I wanted to make a stop in neighboring Michigan, where GOP Representative Paul Mitchell told Jake Tapper on CNN that he is leaving the Republican Party and will serve as an independent for the rest of his term. Quote, "This election simply confirms for me that it's all about power first, and that, frankly, is disgusting and demoralizing. So thank you, Representative Paul Mitchell, for showing
Jeez,
your bravery."
What the hell did he think it was about before?
Right. Well, he's showing his bravery by leaving the party that's also leaving power, since he clearly doesn't care about power. That's
Nice.
Rep Mitchell for you. That's the kind of guy he is. Okay, and
Bad
now
for the Republicans, but great for hair care products. He's gonna have more time to focus.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Right.
I am sick of rooting for these juggernaut sports teams. That's why I'm a Chiefs fan these days.
Yeah, that's why I'm switching
Small market
teams.
team.
Okay, well, that's that from Michigan. Now taking it over to the neighbor, an other state shaped like a glove, Wisconsin, where we've got a story from listener Dennis McElhone about cannibal sandwiches, sometimes called tiger meat sandwiches. We've got a definition of that, and according to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, these suckers are bad news. So it's just a tiger meat sandwich, which is raw beef on bread. Sometimes people add onions. You can do white or green, apparently, salt and pepper maybe, but the basic construction is just a handful of raw beef, salt, and then just slap that on your bread. And so
Sounds delicious.
It's like
Yeah.
tartare.
Yeah, it's like steak tartare.
it's
Sounds
steak
pretty good.
tartare. It's steak tartare. So after doing all the research and reading how, so the Wisconsin Department of Health Services is like, sometimes called tiger meat or cannibal sandwiches, many Wisconsin families consider them to be a holiday tradition, but eating them poses a threat of salmonella, E. coli, blah, 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 blah. Never eat any beef not cooked to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which is bullshit. But they say that. And so after I read
They're
that
acting like
false
it's
statement,
they're acting like it's a raw chicken sandwich.
yep, I read that false statement. Then I saw the pictures of the tiger meat sandwich, and I saw that it looks good. I think tiger meat sandwiches is on the menu for me. So
Me too.
Same.
Looks good.
Pat, would you eat a
No.
tiger meat sandwich?
No way, man.
why
No.
not?
Because
steak
it's not gonna
tartare.
taste as good as a cooked sandwich.
Well,
You
I mean,
steak
it's just-
what if
tartare?
you're on a time budget?
No, I'll find the time. Steak
Some-
tartare. Okay, I don't know.
some
No,
cake-
But it's
Capers.
just steak tartare on a piece of bread.
I tell you, I'll eat pretty much anything in a sandwich. You know what? You want to hear the sandwich I had today?
Yes.
Yes.
I got the Lex Luthor from Ike's, which is the one who warned us not to get as one person. Inside the sandwich, there's shredded steak, so like a steak and cheese, and then there's a layer of fried chicken, and then there's a layer of steak fried chicken, and then there's mozzarella cheese sticks, and then there's lettuce, tomato,
Did you finish
and
that?
two different sauces. It's French sauce and like another sauce, like two sauces that go in like salad dressings. I should
How
say.
heavy was this thing?
I mean, I'm having a tough time breathing right now.
Was it like a 5-pound sandwich?
It was a 5-pound sandwich. I'm having a tough time breathing today.
Well, that's why they call it the Lex Luthor, because it'll probably come close to killing you every single time. And then you survive somehow.
The
'Cause
guy, the guy was
makes you into Superman.
the guy was like, "Sir," he shouts it. He goes, "There's a lot of fried products on this sandwich, so it's going to take about 10 to 12 minutes." and then while I was waiting, a cop came in behind me and two other people, and they were like just shouting out the ingredients. He's like, "I don't even know how to make this sandwich." He's like, "You got to put the steak on top of the fried chicken steak, and then the and it just was so embarrassing.
how was it?
It was really good.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah,
Speaking of
I'm
delicious-
fine with tiger.
yeah,
sandwich.
tiger meat sandwich is great. Speaking of delicious, let's take it to the Hardo Hive. At Nick Wisconsin 16, longtime listener of Hard Factor. He says, my dad used to make these and he called them cannibal sandwiches. Ground beef with raw onions, green peppers, salt and pepper. I ask, ever get sick? Did he? And Nick says no. So Nick confirms, totally safe. I mean, and that's from Wisconsin. That's from a Wisconsinite himself. Safe, 100%.
We should have the cannibal sandwich night on the podcast.
I trust Nick.
right.
Pat, you gonna eat the cannibal sandwich?
No fucking way,
Come
bro.
on, man.
Did they not discover fire there yet? Like, come on, dude.
What if I added an egg yolk to your beef?
I'm literally having hamburgers tonight, cooked
Wes
to
is right.
160 degrees.
We can have a Christmas time stream where
Yeah.
we eat these sandwiches.
Yes, absolutely.
Delicious.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Guys, let me ask you a question. What's the most expensive thing or most like meaningful thing you've ever lost or left behind carelessly in your life?
Oh,
Big
Backpack
loss.
full of
Shit.
$13,000. I
No.
recovered.
Grand?
Yeah,
Whoa, nobody's gonna beat that.
Cash?
yeah.
Oh yeah, you won. Don't even.
Yeah, you win.
We're good. We're good.
No chance.
Well, you want to explain that a
That's
little
like
bit, Pat?
wedding ring.
I
Losing a
settled
wedding
the
ring.
show on the road. We made $13,000 that night. It was in my backpack. We celebrated that big win at the bar
Uh-huh.
and left the bag behind.
Oh no!
Holy
And it
shit.
was taken.
I was able to get it back, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Wow.
Stressful 30, 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, well, that beats me too. Okay, well, still, Pat, not as bad as one guy from Germany who left behind a painting worth $340,000 at the check-in counter at the Dusseldorf airport back on November 27th. This unidentified businessman who was flying to Tel Aviv was bringing with him this painting, God knows why, by French surrealist Yves Tanguy. There's the painting.
Wow. Looks
so-
like a Dali, whatever that Dali.
Yeah, Salvador
Salvador
Dali.
Dali?
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, I don't know why he's bringing it to Tel Aviv, but he had it wrapped in cardboard, just safekeeping, and he just left it at the checkout counter. So by the time he landed in Tel Aviv, contacted the airport, painting was gone, thrown away by the cleaning crew, allegedly. He thought he was fucked. He gave up, but the man's nephew didn't. He contacted police, got more information, did a little investigation work, and he found out where the dumpster was that this cleaning company uses, the recycling dumpster.
Wow.
And inside the dumpster was this fucking painting.
No way.
Yeah.
Full, not ripped. Like
Not that's I don't know. It said it was
the medium wood.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
painted onto wood. That's amazing.
I don't know. I don't know if it was, no, it wasn't on wood. It was just he had it on cardboard around it. So I guess
Yeah,
he
it looked
tossed
like it
in
just
there.
wasn't framed.
It
was
didn't
like
get
on
compacted. Yeah,
Too bad someone down in their luck didn't find it in the dumpster first.
I know. No shit.
Wipe
This guy does
their
not
ass with
deserve
it.
it.
Yeah,
I'd lose my kid before this fucking painting. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
how did he lose this painting?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say this guy's so mega rich, he just
Right.
forgot a $350,000 painting, just like just chilling.
It's the equivalent of rolling with the deed to your house. Like if you're like
Yeah.
traveling with the deed
Yeah,
to your house,
definitely.
Right,
you're
you
gonna
don't
be
lose-
checking
you don't lose your
constantly
house.
to make sure that the deed is still where you put it.
I
And
once. Yeah.
Go ahead. I was gonna say it doesn't look like a Salvador Dali. It looks like a Howard Stern. You showed like Howard Stern's painting you showed us today.
Oh yeah.
Holy
He's-
shit!
He's
pretty
getting
good
real
painter.
good. He's getting
Pretty
real
good.
I was gonna say the worst loss I had was there's a shopping center up from my neighborhood as a kid, and I rode my bike up there to buy my parents something for Christmas, and I had like all the money that I had saved up, like probably like a couple $100 for probably like a 11-year-old. It was a lot of money, and I called them on the payphone to ask them if they liked cappuccinos, because I was gonna buy in this like a cappuccino machine.
That was nice of you.
And I left my wallet on top of the payphone, and when I went back, it was gone. It was like the worst Christmas ever because all my money was gone. I was crying like a little baby.
No one had cappuccinos that Christmas.
No one had cappuccinos. No one had
Went to
anything.
bed early.
Yeah, we were tired.
Yeah.
We were
It's always
sad and
cash.
tired.
Cash is so easy to lose, because you're always you always got cash in situations where your brain's going a million miles a minute.
But it's also fun to find.
Mhm.
It's fun to
right.
find.
It's good for the recipient as well. It's bad for you, but happens a
Yeah.
lot, and so it's good for the recipient. So yeah, if you find don't take somebody's cash out of their wallet. I'm not advocating.
Pay
that.
it
I'm
forward,
saying-
guys. Hey, the Cleveland Indians have dropped the name Indians after using the name Indians since 1915. Do you guys hear about this?
They dropped the name Cleveland because it's too offensive.
Hey, the mistake about a lake. Guys, the name has been protested by Native Americans' rights groups for years, but the protest really kicked up in the 1970s. Specifically, probably mostly fueled by their racist mascot, Chief Wahoo, who was the equivalent of a Native American character in a minstrel show. You guys, Bubba, can you put up the pictures of old Chief Wahoo, the original Chief Wahoo?
Yeah.
It's almost unbelievable.
It's like an old time pancake box. It's fucking very offensive.
Yeah, it's like a Cowboys and Indians like book, like a Wild West book for kids or something.
Right. Yeah. The logo was first introduced in the late 1930s, and a toned down logo where they shrunk the nose a little bit, and they literally made the mascot's skin red. Happened in 1951. Cleveland Indians owner Paul Dolan said Monday that he, quote, had an awakening or epiphany after the death of George Floyd, which is part of the reason why the team will eventually change the name. They will probably remain the Indians through 2021 until they find a new name. They're absolutely still selling merch.
Hope
too.
he's telling the truth there, because when the Redskins did that, it turned out Dan Snyder was just trying to bury a sexual assault scandal that came out the next week. So we'll see what happens for the I words now after this.
I don't know, Will, guys, because I don't know, because I did a little research, and it seems that the process of awakening that he's speaking about has been a long time coming for this 105-year-old name. Beginning,
he said, you see, the problem was I'm colorblind. I can't see the color red.
I just thought it was a smiley guy with
Yeah.
a large nose and great chompers.
I had no idea when I bought the team.
No one told me.
Yeah, because this process of awakening, again, as I said, a long time coming, and with the 105-year-old name, it began way back in July of this year, according to the team. Quote, since July, we have conducted an extensive process to learn how our team name affected different constituencies and whether it aligned with our organizational values. Since July, as a result of that process,
You know what
decided
this
to move forward
is?
to change the name.
Since July, they had some sponsors threaten to leave.
Well, since July, when the R words changed their name or
Right.
dropped their name, is what happened.
Yeah, that put a lot of people on the clock. We were talking earlier. Do you think the Chiefs and the Braves?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you'd think like with people with the Indians going down right after the Redskins, you would assume. I mean, is there any other like classes of besides Native Americans?
Florida State, and some of these names aren't necessarily offensive. Maybe I'm just not woke enough, but like I don't think like the Braves is offensive. I think it's like the chop that they do in the stands or whatever else behind it. Maybe
Well, I think the whole thing is like appropriating the imagery, so I believe that all of it would be like fall under the same.
A lot of the complaint. I listened to an interview with the Native American who's complaining today. It was like, hey, we're the poorest, most underserved, damaged group of people in this country, and calling us the Indians and making billions of dollars off it is not fair. But I think that this reckoning came specifically because of the unbelievably racist mascot that they used for the better part of
Indians mascot.
70
It's pretty
years.
bad. It's pretty bad
mascot.
mascot.
Yeah,
It's pretty bad mascot.
See, the pressure on the Chiefs and the Braves will be. We'll see how it plays out if there is any.
In your face mascot for sure.
Yeah, guys. Taken to the internet.
But they hadn't
outgoing-
used him in a while, right? They'd switch over to the C
2018, they did a throwback, and they used it against the Astros. Was
Chief
last
Wahoo came back in 2018.
well, when they were doing like a throwback uniform
Okay,
thing.
gotcha.
You guys got any favorites on the replacements? I like the Spiders.
Yeah,
They
spiders
used to
they
be
used to be
called
called the Naps, the Buffaloes, some other shit. Who knows?
Take it to the internet.
The Buffaloes.
Yeah, like Wes's family that Christmas when they stole his money, the Naps, because there was no cappuccino. Outgoing President Donald Trump. Take it to the internet, and outgoing President Donald Trump and noted housing discriminist put his 2 cents in, tweeting, "Oh no, what is going on? This is not good news, even for Indians. Cancel culture at work." Speaking for the Indians, and that's that story, guys.
Interesting. Good news, guys. No one on this show except I can't read. Good news, no one on this show except Will, who can gloat and laugh at us. Several more enormous companies are leaving Silicon Valley and elsewhere to come to Texas, and mainly Austin, Texas. Oracle, the cloud computing juggernaut that has 135,000 employees,
No.
is moving their
Yeah.
headquarters from California to Austin, Texas, probably to avoid state taxes and pay less in rent. Oracle is the second largest software making company, I guess, in the world, certainly the United States, maybe in the world. And the first
Don't they
company
own like half of TikTok now, or maybe
they own everything. They own a lot of people. And the first company I will curse at when my landlord asks me for an extra $100 in rent per month in 6 months,
yeah.
because that's coming.
But it's not even just Oracle though.
Now they joined Tesla in coming to Austin, Texas, and Hewlett Packard Enterprise, who is moving to
HP.
Houston. HP
Little
is
company
moving to-
called HP.
See ya, California. Yeah, you see, California takes up to 13% state income tax, where Texas takes 0. So that's nice for companies. Please stop moving to Austin. Human beings.
Guess
As
who
a-
else though?
Who
As
else?
well, the CEO of Dropbox just bought a house in Austin.
There you go.
Well, they've had an office here for a while. I got a bunch of friends that work for Dropbox here. in
Yeah,
Austin.
but if the CEO's moving there, that means probably bigger footprint in the
Probably.
office space.
It's going to be Dropbox for him and Pickup Box for me as I move to a more affordable place to live. As of September of this year, pre the Tesla and Oracle announced moves, Texas had already set an in-state record on company relocations and job creations from company relocations at over 28 companies and over like 9,300 new jobs. This is as of September.
You guys are going to smash that record in 2021.
Gotta smash it. The
Smash
ultra
it.
the ultra rich are
Absolutely.
moving to Texas. The ultra rich are moving at an alarming rate, but it's not just them, guys. Texas ranked number 2 among states where upper middle class families are moving as well in the past 3 years. So it's the 1%ers all the way to the 10% that are coming to Texas, driving me absolutely insane because I was too stupid to buy 5 to 7 years ago. I'm an idiot. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be
that-
like 105
that Texas-
degree temperatures.
That
That's
Texas real estate market
Fucks.
is on fire, just like the weather, Wes. Yeah, people don't mind
They don't
the
get it.
heat when their home value is just escalating so quickly.
Also, it really looks nice right now with the traffic and, everyone's at home with COVID, working from home. But when these fuckers come here and that all lifts, traffic is going to be something else.
Yeah, you guys are dealing with it. When I knew when Joe
Yeah,
Rogan
Bubba,
moved there.
did you flash those traffic pictures? That's what it's going to look like right
yeah.
there.
Well, I mean, the
Wes.
traffic's been
Yeah.
bad in
Boom,
Austin
there
for
it is.
a decade, though.
Yeah,
you know
but
who's
it's
going to
gonna
be
be
having a good
real
time?
bad.
You know who's going to be having a good time, Wes? These people. You get the picture of these people.
Realtors.
Yeah.
Realtors will be having a great time. I'll tell you who else is having a great time. Joe Rogan out in the country, bringing all the people into Austin, into your city, and he's just out there licking his
He's
chops.
downtown, bro.
Mhm.
Is he?
Yeah, he's on Lake Austin in that one part of Lake Austin where it's 5 minutes to downtown.
I thought he was out in the country.
Nah, man.
Oh, you
Hey.
guys are so fucked.
Quick plug. My lady just became a real estate agent. So if you're looking for a house in Austin, give me a shout.
There you go. It's good news for her.
If you're one of the thousands of people being forced to move by your employer.
Tens of
Get
thousands.
you
Yeah.
taken care of.
Wow. All right. Well, that's good for you fellas. I mean, I guess. Well, I don't know. Are you all upset about it, or is it bad?
Yeah, it's terrible if you want to buy a house.
It's
I'm
terrible.
about to buy a house, and it's terrible, so it's fucking terrible.
It's 3 terribles because we're all too stupid to
So
have
you're
ever
moving to New
purchased a house.
Jersey, Beeve. You're buying a house.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fucking buy a house in New Jersey. That's old Austin. It's like
Yeah.
future Austin.
Also, yeah, bad news for you guys. West Coast real estate's even more expensive, so it's just gonna bump you guys up to like those kind of prices. But
See, I
Fellas.
told you you'd gloat.
it's time to take it down under, because crikey, we've got some stories here, mates, from our Hardo Hive member Rick Holt in Australia from down under. He sent us terrible news, more terrible news of bird attacks in Australia. I'm not talking about birds like pretty women. I mean birds with wings and beaks and claws, mate. That's the kind of bird I'm talking about out in the bush. You see, first up in Lake Macquarie, Australia, low-flying owl flew straight into the driver's window, colliding with his head and causing him to crash into a second driverless vehicle on the side of the road. Incredible. You see the images right there. The delivery man had his head just smashed by this owl. And the owl, you see him, he's gloating. He's sitting on the driver's
Why
steering
is
wheel
the owl in the car?
The
because
owl's
he
like just
smashed him.
the owl's just like lording over his creation of destruction. Look at him.
He's drinking the blood, is what he's
Yeah.
doing.
He is.
The owls, mate, they're built different down under, I got to tell you.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah. Well, the 21-year-old driver of the delivery vehicle, he had his head smashed in by the owl, you see, and then he crashed into the other car, and then he had to jump out of the car because he feared the owl may attack him again. So some nearby residents, they took him into their care, and and then he was safe from there. But then somebody snapped a picture of the owl. So
Good. Well
Okay.
done.
mhm. All right, now another Australian bird update: a cockfighting ring. Cockfighting. You guys like that in America, right? They found a cockfighting ring in Sydney. It's been broken up. 71 cocks and 35 human men now in custody. I reckon there's a lot of jam in that cell, boys. All them cocks and all them boys, walking around the cell there. Hey, I reckon. All right, and it turns out that it's not just the state of California, but all of Britain and Australia, totally chock full of Communist Party members from China. Also, they're just placed inside Western companies. A big leak coming out of the Chinese government this week. Big news in Australia. The fools, the whole lot of us, just being bamboozled by the Chinese, fellas. So left and right, all our Western countries just infiltrated. Thank you again to Australian correspondent Rick Holt for the updates from down under. Got my boomerang, youtube.com/hardfactornews.
Will just has a boomerang.
Love it.
Nice.
Fantastic.
That wasn't Will. It's whale.
That's right. That was Will Bruce.
It's Will Bruce.
I would have thought Australia would have been like the cockfighting epicenter of the world almost.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Well, who knows what goes on out in the bush?
Right.
35 guys is a lot. I
Probably
mean,
fighting humans out there.
35 dudes, and then that, but like that's only 2 cocks per guy. So
They're a lot to handle, Will. They require a lot of attention, a lot of water.
Remember when Wes said the other day,
2 hands.
yeah, I don't want to grow a third dick from the vaccine. He just skipped over the second wiener.
Yeah. Third one's just one too many.
That is.
All right, last story of the day, guys. This one comes from Andrew Parker. Thank you, Andrew. So, guys, we all know that the elderly have been cooped up in their nursing homes from the time COVID started. We mentioned they'd be some of the first ones that would be getting this new vaccine, thank goodness, because they could die. COVID spreads like wildfire in those places, much like it does in prisons or cruise ships. So it's best just to not visit them. You play it safe, right? Just leave them alone. Let them be lonely. You know, you can Zoom them. But not one nursing home. One nursing home in Mall, Antwerp, Belgium had enough of playing it safe and not welcoming visitors from the outside world. And because Christmas is just around the corner, they thought the old men and women at their home could use a visit from Santa Claus and his helper, Black Pete. So they hire. There's some pictures.
whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is the most interesting part of the story.
Wait, so Belgium does Blackface Christmas?
They do. They have a guy named Black
on
Pete.
the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, it's a Dutch tradition in the Netherlands and Belgium that goes back to the slave trading days of the Dutch slave trade from the 17th century.
Santa has a slave helper?
Santa has a slave helper they
In
call Black
blackface.
Pete, and it's a white guy in blackface and dressed like a jester.
What about
They don't
Jack
have
Pete?
many. Do they have many black people in the country, or is that?
I think
that
there's a
must not
couple.
Be a thing.
I think there's a few.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound. It sounds like they make sure not to.
Right.
Oh, they got the
Doesn't
exaggerated
sound like it.
lipstick and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little
Well, you
awkward around
know,
Christmas.
the Boers were half English, half Dutch, and those were the people that ran South Africa, and they had apartheid until '93. So,
Yeah.
apple
Yeah.
doesn't fall far from the tree, I guess. You know.
Yeah, but anyway, so they had Santa.
What
They
the
had
fuck?
Yeah, well, apparently, you know, that with this year, there's a big crackdown on Black Pete, but judging by these photos, he's going strong.
It's like the Cleveland Indians. They had an awakening in July.
Yeah.
After
So-
running the slave trade for the better part of a century.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, the main juice of the story, besides Black Pete and the racism over in Belgium,
Tough for Black Pete to get work these days.
is that when he went to this Santa Claus and Black Pete went to this nursing home. 3 days later, there's 150 people at this nursing home. 3 days later, Santa tested positive for COVID, and he gave 61 old people and 14 staff are now infected with corona.
no.
Oh,
Only
the old
one.
love
Black Pete's
too.
like, yeah, Black Pete's like, yes, I'm off the hook.
Yeah, the old
Santa-
love of blackface face tradition.
Oh, yeah.
Santa-
Well, what happened is
They're
that
just
once
kicking the actor playing Black
is
Pete.
what once Black Pete got in there, the mask came off, the pictures started flying.
They're booing Black Pete. Boo.
Yeah,
The traditional booing of Black Pete.
yeah, exactly. Yes. So they got a little too close to Black Pete and Santa, and now only one is expected to survive. It's a massacre.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. No.
Only one is suspected.
No. I misread that. Only one is on oxygen treatment.
Oh God, the opposite. So
They killed the entire nursing home. No, just
only
one.
one is
No, just kidding.
149 expected to.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I misread that. Yeah.
It's a massacre. Only one is on oxygen treatment, luckily so far. But of course, Santa Claus just
Does
feels
everyone have their
terrible.
traditional stones to throw at Black Pete? Does everyone have their Christmas stones?
That is a crazy.
God.
You know, I've got
It's a
some
crazy
Dutch
tradition, right?
relatives, and they tried to explain that to me one time, but I had never seen they just explained it to me without the pictures, so it didn't really make the impact. So YouTube.com/RFactorNews, check out those pictures. Of
Yeah.
That was intense.
Yeah, so-
and if you want to be on oxygen like that old bat that hates Black Pete, just eat a Lex Luthor at Ike's. 'Cause I'm struggling still, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to get they're doing their best to keep Black Pete under wraps, I think, over there because
Really? Well, yeah, it makes
from
sense.
the rest of the world.
Google Black Pete. I don't think they're doing a very good job of it.
Well, I mean, it's all over. It's all there's some high quality pictures out there, Black Pete.
So
but
what did you think Belgium thought and the Netherlands when Trudeau's thing came out? They were like, oh my, like
they probably thought we were a bunch of pussies.
right, like
Yeah.
like they were like, how could anybody possibly be offended by that?
Yeah, it's tradition over there. Anyway, that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Again, reiterating what was said at the top of the podcast, we couldn't have done all this without you guys, the Hardo Hive. So thank you very much. We'll have some merch coming out. I'll start teasing that in a little bit and get you excited for that little Christmas pump up. But we'll talk to you again tomorrow. So have a great fucking day.